What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back today with a new collection to show you guys. I do apologize about my absence for posting this last week. My computer crashed and I lost a ton of videos for you guys. It's been a bit of a work in progress, but I'm redoing videos, redoing swatches, and I'm trying to get back in the groove and be playing catch up. So I do apologize for that. I will have the second installment for blush lacquers up very, very soon, as well as the rest of the releases I had planned for this week. So today I'm going over Lemming Lacquer's new collection. This is based off of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. There's lots of vampy polishes to be seen here, so let's get started. First up is Dark Baptism. Official description is a red to orange to yellow multichrome in a purple base with scattered hollow sparks and purple to pink to orange to gold iridescent flakes. This one will be $11.70 on the site. So the formula on this one is on the medium side to me. It does have a bit of a jelly-like feel on application. As you're seeing here on that first coat, I definitely had very nice coverage with it. Overall, this whole collection does have very glossy feel on application, and they all build up very quickly on the nail. So in person, you'll see this one have a very strong glow of a just reddish orangey, almost coppery type of glow to it. And on extreme angles, you'll see it just shift over and light up in a very strong gold, almost orangey type color. On my blog post, I did try to capture that on my macro shots. And those iridescent flakes also give a really nice contrast against the darker vampy base. This is a really nice multichrome. In person, you'll definitely see that that base color is a purple with super strong multichrome pigment. So for full opacity on this one, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it. And I would also recommend a glossy top coat, which is what you're seeing on the full hand shot here. And you'll really bring out that multichrome pigment. It just glows on the nail. So very vampy, very in your face, and just a touch of sparkle there. Next is Freedom and Power. Official description is a dark purple jelly with red shimmer and red to gold to green iridescent flakes. This one will be $11.70 as well on the site. So, in my opinion, I would say Lemming Lacquer is definitely known for her jellies. She really packs them full of these flakes, and this one's no exception. So the base color is a lovely vampy dark grape purple, and depending on how many coats you wear with it will depend on how dark it's going to appear on your nail. I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats for full opacity. Now, I do want to note on the video here, I did go up to 3 coats with it, and I feel like I probably could have stopped at 2 coats, though I am also painting my nails for my swatches when I'm recording the videos. So usually I'm going in and I'm just kind of evening out all 4 of my nails in preparation for my swatches. So I would recommend probably 2 normal coats with this one, though 3 thin coats will be just fine as well. You're still going to have a really nice pond effect with all that rainbow of color from the flakes. Now, I do want to note if you do wear at 3 coats, then you'll see how it's appearing here. It'll come off very, very, very dark purple on your nail. I think if you wore it at 2 coats, you'll see that nice grape purple come out to play. So the red shimmer in this one is very strong. It contrasts really nice with that dark purple base. In person, it's very, very obvious, very apparent. As you're seeing here on the full hand shot, you can definitely get an idea of it, but I do want to note that the flakes and the shimmer in person is a lot more apparent. After top coating, I had no texture whatsoever, and I was smooth sailing and good to go. Next, we've got Hellfire. Official description is a dark blue jelly with blue to cyan shimmer and a mix of blue to turquoise iridescent flakes. This one will also be $11.70 on the site, and very similar to the one that we just saw, this one is a true jelly in my opinion, so depending on how many coats you wear will depend on how dark or how light it will come off. This is a really lovely, rich, very vibrant, though dark blue in my opinion. I do want to note that my swatches on my blog post are leaning a little on the lighter side, so what you'll see on the full hand shot here in just a moment, in my opinion, is color accurate. So in person, that shimmer comes off almost like an aqua, kind of cyan appearance. It's very vibrant. You'll get a really lovely pond effect with this one as well. So just depending on how you wear it, once again, I would recommend 3 thin coats, to be honest, and you'll really get that blue to pop and just a multitude of those iridescent flakes. So they kind of match up with the base, but they're just varying degrees of blue and aqua in my opinion. It almost gives a bit of a scattered sparkle effect as well. Now this one does dry down a little bit on the slightly glossy side, so I think any top coat and you'll be just fine. Though personally, I'm wearing my usual glossy top coat and the final hand shot, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll really make those flakes and the shimmer pop. So overall, I would say just go a little bit slightly light-handed on your brush strokes just to prevent any of those flakes from slipping, and you're going to be just fine. So here, I would say that what you're seeing on the full hand shot is color accurate. Next is Malum Malus. Official description is a deep red jelly with orange to red shimmer, scattered hollow and iridescent flakes shifting through purples, reds, pinks, orange, and gold. This one will also be $11.70 on the site. So keeping up with the jelly feel on application, once again, this one's going to kind of change a little bit in base color depending on how many coats you wear. Personally, I think you're going to be just fine at 2 coats, as this is a really nice, almost full coverage jelly in my opinion. It gives you a gorgeous pond effect here, and it's just really warm on the shimmer and the flakes, and the base color is more of what I would consider a very blood red type of red. Very, very pretty. There is a touch of a cool tone to it, though the shimmer and the flakes do warm it up a little bit, and in person it's just crazy pond effect going on here. Very layered looking, almost opalescent on this, as the flakes are between medium and large appearing. And what you're seeing here on the full hand shot, I will say, is color accurate in my opinion. I feel like my swatches were leaning a little bit more orange than what I'm seeing in person. And next is Path of Night. Official description is a teal to blue to purple multichrome packed with holographic flakes and scattered hollow sparks. This one is also $11.70 on the site. This is a crazy multichrome. In person, it's very vibrant, very shifty, and really in your face. So in bright lighting is what you're going to see here. It's almost like a teal type of blue, kind of soft, but it does have that nice darkened base that it's sitting in. So it builds up really fast. So for full opacity, I'm going to say at 2 coats on this one. The holographic effect in it is also very strong, very flirting with linear, though I will say it's more of a very dense scatter. So on my blog shots, you'll see on my full hand shots, normally I have to go in on my macros and try to show you guys the color roll, but you'll see on my full hand shot swatches that purple just really was peeking out like crazy. So in person, it is that shifty, definitely between a teal and a blue, with purple coming in on the angles and extreme angles. So lots of sparkle to see here. I had no issues with any of the flakes in this one, and after top coating I had no texture either. So super smooth sailing, and I would recommend going in with a glossy top coat on this as well. Next is Psychopomp. Official description is a gray curly base with pink copper green multichrome shimmer, purple to blue iridescent flakes, and holographic flakes and sparks. This one's also going to be $11.70 on the site. So this is really strong in the multichrome shimmer. I would describe the base as a cool toned gray. It definitely feels like acrylic on application. It builds up very quickly on the nail. And in person, you'll see that multichrome shimmer come off as a very strong pinky type of copper with green coming in on angles and in shaded lighting. Very strong. Now the iridescent flakes also very contrast very nicely against the multichrome shimmer as well as that base, and I had no problems with them. They picked up very easily on the brush. I didn't have any issues with them balding or anything. So overall, I would say 2 coats for full opacity on this one, though if you've got longer nails I could see maybe 3, but it does build up very quickly on the nail. After top coating, I used a glossy top coat, and it really brought out that shimmer as you're seeing here on the full hand shot, and I had no texture problems or anything with this one either. Next is Succubitch. Official description is a maroon jelly with bright red shimmer and sparks of holographic micro flakes. This one will be $10.80 on the site. This one is absolutely gorgeous, and if you are a vampy polish lover, I lovingly urge you to pick this one up. So in person on the first coat, you'll definitely see that violet, purpley type of almost maroon type of base. It's very interesting to me. I think it does definitely flirt with being a bit of a purpley base. Now the red shimmer here is crazy strong. It really gives a lovely glow overall, and the holographic microflakes give a very dense sparkle across the nail. For opacity on this one, I'm going to say 2 coats. As you're seeing here, the formula on this one is super smooth, very rich, and applies very easily across the nail. This one does have a bit of what I would consider a heavier formula, so definitely 2 coats and I think you're going to be just fine. Once again, I'm going in with a glossy top coat on the full hand shot, and you can see that there's that nice dense sparkle and that really strong red glow on the nail. And the final polish in the collection is Wrong Nightmare. This is a dark blue base with red to bronze to copper multichrome shimmer, holographic flakes, and purple to blue iridescent flakes. This one will be $11.70. Now in person, the base, as you can see here on the first coat, is definitely what I would consider almost a grayed out dark blue base. It builds up very quickly on the nail, and the multichrome shimmer here is crazy strong here as well. So in person, you'll see a very strong reddish, almost bronze glow overall, and that copper comes out to play on angles and in shaded lighting. So the holographic flakes here, they give you a very dense sparkle here as well, and the purple to blue iridescent flakes, they are of the slightly larger size in my opinion, so I would just say go slightly light-handed on your second or third coat and you're going to be just fine, and you'll have a really nice pond effect. They stand out very strong against that red multichrome base and really nicely build up. If you like complex shades, I think this whole collection is pretty much up your alley. Now this one does dry down a little bit on the slightly satin-like side, so I would recommend a glossy top coat to really make that multichrome come out to play. After top coating, I had no texture either, and as you're seeing here on the full hand shot, I am wearing a glossy top coat. The entire set is currently available on Lemming Lacquer's website. It is $81 for the set if you do decide to go for the entire shebang. I will link you guys below to her shop as well as my blog post if you are interested in a written review as well as additional swatches. And thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I promise I've got tons and tons of videos to show you guys. As soon as I get caught up, I will definitely have them uploaded for you all. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.